on the scene, dripped in Celine, whole crew shining, call me Mr. Clean. Came in from the back, walked right to the front, dancing to the music, smoking on the got the women smiling, punk grilling me, looking all dusty, Black Force energy, I don't even drink, but the team pop bottles, not here for the beef, but the Glock holds hollows. Think I'm cocky, but I think I'm worse, in this flexing like a Mr. Universe.
The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is Joshua vs. Whyte is officially announced for August 12th of this year. It is a rematch that nobody asked for. And I want to come forth and say, right out the gate, G, you know, I call out Wilder when he gives us all the rematches that nobody asked for. This is an AJ rematch that nobody asked for but Dillian. And I just want to come out and say, I'm not necessarily thrilled right out the gate, but I'm going to throw it to you, G. What's your reaction to this?
All right, well, I already said I don't think he should do it until, well, he should fight him, but after the Wilder fight. But if AJ feels like he needs a fight before the Wilder fight, I think Dillian Whyte would be a perfect candidate, to be honest with you. Reason why is I don't really see Dillian really causing damage. You know, like there's a strong possibility that Dillian's going to get knocked out. So Dillian's a good name. You know, it's not like he's a nobody, so he's going to sell, you know, and he could, you know, Joshua could work some things with his new trainer. You know, they could practice some stuff, you know, and I don't know. That's how I'm looking at it. It's like everyone. Listen, if AJ loses this fight, it'll be a bad day.
You know what? I just realized this might be why Ned is not here. Because he doesn't want to answer questions about Joshua Whyte. And what if AJ loses the fight?
You don't want to talk about backs? You
know, maybe after last week, when you put all those comments on the screen, TVE
he needed a break. He needed a break. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he going on strike, man. Hey, yo, TVE, man, holla at HR, man. We'll get you right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but like the rematch, hey, I'm not really against it. You know, and honestly, when I think about it, like that's like a safe name to go up against before a Wilder fight anyways. So I guess it works out. My only thing is it is the heavyweight division. Every man is dangerous. Any man can land a lucky punch. So that could affect AJ. I'm hoping it won't. So I'm okay with the rematch in August.
All right, Dollar Bill.
I told you that I was they're gonna end up fighting each other. I said that. That's what they're gonna do. And I ain't mad. And I ain't mad. You know why I ain't mad? Because AJ need that fire. AJ needs that fire. Somebody before he get in there with a Wilder, he needs somebody to put the fire underneath him. And who else can do that but the passion of Dillian Whyte? People get up for their rivals. You know? People get up for their rivals. You know, especially a guy that used to give him his old pants. You know what I'm saying?
You still the dude who wore my pants.
You still the little homie that wore my pants. You know what I'm saying?
And guess what? You never could fit him.
With your little shoes shine on. You know what I'm saying?
Not a home, but true question.
Go ahead, AJ. Go ahead. I'll call you AJ. I was going to say, go ahead.
Do you think, though, that AJ views Dillian Whyte as a rival? You know, Whyte does, but I think it's like, man, whatever.
Yo, Dillian Whyte definitely sees AJ as a rival, right?
No. But, Dillian. I'm talking about the reverse.
Dillian, but AJ knows that he can't lose to Dillian. He knows he can't lose to Dillian. You know what I'm saying? He know that this is what he knows he can't lose to this. So that's what's going to give him that fire to spot Dillian out. You know what I'm saying? Just for that old pants. Just because he used to rock his old pants. You know what I'm saying? You know? There's still something there. There's still some bad blood there. And let the press conferences go.
Yo, Trill, you just gave me this should be the title, Joshua Whyte 2, Who Wears the Pants?
Who wears the pants? Who is the pants now? You know, but yeah, you know, I think that it'll be dope. I think it'll be dope. I know they're going to sell out. They're going to sell out over there, especially with the camps and all that going back and forth. Listen, the last time it went down, people thought it was going to be a riot in the building. You know what I'm saying? Time has cooled down a little bit. Maybe we won't get that feeling, but I'm sure there's going to still be a lot of excitement. And what they going to do at the O2?
O2, yeah.
Come on, the O2 going to be crazy. O2, Sweet Caroline, boom, boom, boom. Place is going to be rocking. You know what I'm saying? But so, yeah, I think the fight's going to be sold out. You know what I'm saying? And I think this is where AJ needs. I think AJ is going to need this. You know what I'm saying? Once he knocks poor Dillian. Poor Dillian.
Yeah, so I understand everything you just said, Dollar Bill, and I've said it, like, from the perspective of the fact that it could light a fire in AJ. It's like, I could lose to anyone, but I can't lose to you. I get that, right? But it's still underwhelming on a global stage. Like, as a local domestic rivalry, I think it's going to do well. I think, like, the people in the UK are going to be like, oh, Dillian, Joshua 2, I want to see this fight again. But I think on a global scale, like, I think in the United States of America, like, it's not going to resonate with the casual fan because they don't care about Dillian. They don't care about Dillian. Their last, like, impression of Dillian was, their last two impressions of Dillian is him getting knocked out by Tyson Fury and him losing to a Jermaine Franklin and getting the decision in England. That's their last impression. And if you remember, when Anthony Joshua took the fight with Jermaine Franklin, I said Jermaine Franklin was a bad opponent. I said because the only way Joshua's going to get credit is if he knocks him out. I say he's in a lose-lose situation. And what ended up happening in that fight? Joshua dominates Jermaine Franklin, wins like 10-2 on the scorecards, and people still questioning, does he still got it? Does he still have the fire, right? So that's one of the things that I was saying. To me, he's in another lose-lose situation because if he knocks Dillian Whyte out, great. But if it's a competitive fight where Dillian Whyte actually does compete with Anthony Joshua, people are going to be saying the same thing they said about Jermaine Franklin. They're going to be saying, oh, AJ's done. He doesn't got it. If you really want to prove that AJ still has it, if you really want to prove that AJ's still a dog, you need to put him in there with someone who the public is going to respect as an opponent. So that way, if the fight's competitive, people...
Right before Wilder, bro? That's dangerous. Right before Wilder. This is AJ's Robert Helenius, that Wilder had. It's a freebie. It's just a freebie right before a big fight. Just take the freebie. I think Dillian's the safest bet for AJ. If you go with anybody else that's more competitive, it's dangerous. It's too dangerous. It's not worth the risk. You know what I mean?
Again, I think you're looking at it from the best case scenario for Anthony Joshua. The best case scenario is that Anthony Joshua goes in there and he knocks out Dillian Whyte. If he does that, then the world's going to be saying, oh, yeah, he's back. He has the fire back. But what if he goes in there and he's in a competitive slugfest with Dillian Whyte and he wins, right? He wins a decision. People are going to be like, yo, he couldn't knock out the dude Fury sparked out with one uppercut, and he struggled with Jermaine, and he just struggled with Dillian. They're going to say that's his level. Because remember, Dillian Whyte and Jermaine Franklin fought each other in a close fight in which Dillian got the decision. And then he just had a close fight. So people are going to say that's his level. So that's the other thing. Now, let's say he loses to Dillian. Yo, you can basically stamp him. Like, if he loses to Dillian, every Wilder fan in the world is going to argue that Wilder would spark out AJ now. And I'm one who believes that Wilder would spark out Dillian, although you must have the fights to prove it, right? But again, it's the perception in the mind. What I'm saying is this is a lose-lose fight. So again, what I'm saying to you, G, isn't that you put him in with a contender. You put him in with another Dillian-level fighter, but one who people can't make comparisons about. How Fury just did him. How Jermaine Franklin just did him. How he looked with Jermaine Franklin and not how he's going to look. Because what's going to end up happening is everyone's going to say that's his level if he's in a competitive fight with Dillian. The only way for him to win is to flat out dominate and knock out Dillian Whyte, which to me is the lose-lose situation he was in with Jermaine Franklin, which is why this is the rematch I did not want. Because in my mind, AJ, the AJ I know, sparks out Dillian Whyte. He already sparked out Dillian Whyte. But what if he goes in there and goes the distance with him? Let's say he goes the distance with Dillian. Again, it's a 10-2. He wins, but everyone's going to be looking at him like, he ain't the same. Sparked him out last time. Fury sparked him out with one punch. That's the downside to this fight. Whereas if you would have given him, say, someone else who's, like you said, Robert Helenius, and I'm not saying give him a Robert Helenius, but who's the guy that just beat up on Kalinowski?
Some dude, the Greek dude, no, Italian dude. What's his?
Yeah, give him that guy. Give him that guy. You understand?
Yeah, that dude's garbage. So yeah, I guess
that's my point. But again, there won't be any issues with it. You see what I mean? It's just, I just think it's not smart matchmaking. That's my issue with Matchroom from the beginning. I just think they just don't have great matchmaking. And give him Luis Ortiz. If you're gonna take a dangerous fight, why not take Luis? Luis is chinny like Dillian. Luis got dropped by Charles Martin. Luis got dropped by Andy Ruiz. Luis been knocked out twice by Deontay Wilder. Luis Ortiz would have been a more attractive fight in the States and over in the UK. I'm just saying they're better options. And I think, yeah, like Trill said, you get up for your rivals. Dillian's getting up for AJ. But for AJ, is he really getting up for Dillian? Pause. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but I don't think he is. But I think he's gonna just probably feel like I beat this dude already before, and he beat him bad the first time. So I think
again, banana skin. That's another thing. But it's just another trap fight. It's just one of those. I just don't like the matchup. I would have felt if you want to know if he's back, put him in there with Luis Ortiz, and let's see. Andy Ruiz done already beat Luis Ortiz. Deontay Wilder beat him twice. Charles Martin dropped him. He got up and he beat Charles Martin. But if you want to give him that confidence, put him in there with Deontay Wilder's best win. Let's see him beat Deontay Wilder's best win, although it still wouldn't be the Luis Ortiz that Wilder faced, but on the name and on the resume, it's still the name. You know what I mean? And then do it like that. So that's what I would have preferred, but that's just me.
Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. In My Soul, out now exclusively on YouTube. You already know what it is.